We are back, everybody.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? What it do?
We are in a new location because we need to switch things up.
Yeah.
And we needed a little break.
Yeah. That was a necessary break. That was helpful.
It was. I think after that last one we did, we realized, wow, we've been doing this every weekend, like all year long. And then we felt super burnt out. So we were like, all right, we're going to take a little break.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I can't believe we haven't done it that long consecutively since like, what, 2019?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Anywho, no, we're back. We needed that little break though.
Yeah, we definitely needed a little break, but we feel a lot more refreshed, and I hope you guys missed us because we missed you. Oh, did I get the heart? Anyways, yeah, we have a small list already.
A couple just came in.
Oh. Okay, well, for those new faces, if you guys want to participate, it's $22.22 for one question. The link to purchase is in the comments. Oh, I gotta turn off the super chats. Please do not send super chats because we do not take payments that way for questions. So let me go turn that off really quick. Anyways. A question is required, so please don't just say whatever wants to come through. No general. If you want a general reading, Rich has those on his website. These are for specific questions.
Yep.
So make sure you're giving us a little bit of detail if you can. I know there's not that much space in the checkout, so I do apologize for that.
I'm going to share this on my Facebook page.
Oh, God.
650,000 followers who have no idea that I'm a YouTuber.
Anything else you want to say for the new faces?
Me?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell him how to do this. He's not even here. Hello, Rich.
I'm doing a bunch of extra stuff right here. So, like,
okay, turn the super chat.
Specific questions, yes. It's nice to have a little bit of background of what is going on. Like, you don't have to give me your whole life story, but like, if you say, what's going to happen between me and this person? I'd like to know, well, who is this person? Is this a person you're currently in a relationship with? Is it somebody you broke up with? Or is it somebody that you're interested in? Like little stuff like that, because I am not a psychic medium. I am an energy mechanic. I read energy. I understand the behavior of energy. And I need to know exactly what to tell the cards to know what they're saying back to me. Every now and then, the universe will give me a download, a psychic download of crazy information. I have no clue how I know, but I don't know how to access that on command. I think that's kind of on a need-to-know basis type thing for now. But other than that, yeah, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, and then also if you want to be kept anonymous, there is a section there where you can do that. So
yeah,
you can go by an alias or anonymous or whatever.
And if you don't have time to sit through these live streams today waiting on your reading, you don't have to. Mm-hmm. You can come back later tonight or tomorrow and go in the comments, and they'll all be timestamped.
Well, the good thing about that too is that the timestamps are just always there. So in the future, if you want to come back and rewatch your reading too, it's there, Yeah. So I think that's cool.
Yep.
Otherwise, Nikki, are you in the chat? That's who we're starting with, is Nikki. But I'm waiting on a response. Hello, Butterfly Spirit. Hello, Earth Angel. If she's not here, we'll go ahead and just skip because I sent her an email.
Okay.
So, hi, Jennifer. She says, I have missed listening to you two the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff going on. We've been busy. So we needed a little break. We needed a rest and relaxation time. And we still made a little change to my schedule. where I don't work on Sundays at all.
Yeah, we really needed that because honestly, Rich has been working nonstop every single day since we got together. So for 6 years, he's never had a day off ever. So I was like, I actually got to download that. I was like, he's gonna burn out. He's gonna burn out. He needs a day off. And I was like, okay, we need to do this. And then you were like, no, I'm fine. And then literally like a couple days later, you're like, feeling the burnout. And I was like, see, my guides were telling me that he needs a break. So anyways, we implemented a new rule. Just Sundays, he's not sending out any readings. He's not doing any readings. You don't go in your office. Like, well, you do go in there, but I think that's like really good. We should have done that a long time ago.
Well, you remember what that one shaman dude or whoever that was at Castle Hot Springs? Remember what he said? What did he say? Something like, you got to be real careful and release that energy, or worst case scenario, it could kill you.
Yeah, I remember that. And I remember that lady saying that you have to ground or else you could die too.
Yeah.
That's like really dramatic, but basically, if you're not anchoring down the energies and your energies are always up here, like you're gonna, I don't know, remember exactly word for word what they said, but
it's heavy, it's intense. I remember before I started reading, I would hear about readers complain about how draining it is, and I'm like, oh, you're just a pussy. Oh no, it's draining. It's crazy, but it's well worth it. It's very rewarding.
Somebody says, what is the 90s movie that you would record on VHS and watch over and over? Something you said in the Taurus video?
No, I was making an analogy.
Oh, okay.
And I said, did you ever experience that? I used to do that with all kinds of movies. I had a handful of movies that I would record and watch over and over and over.
Oh,
like one of them, for example, being Brink. You know the movie Brink? That was one of them. There was a bunch of them. I can't even think of them all off the top of my head. But yeah, I was using that to make an analogy because what I was saying was, because for the longest time I've been like telling people that sometimes if you spend enough time away from someone and then revisit a past person, it gives you this amazing download from a higher perspective that you didn't see while you were with them. And then I came up with an analogy. It's like watching a movie for the first time since you were a little kid. You ever done that? Mm-hmm. And then you realize, oh my God, I didn't even fucking understand that movie when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
But now I do. It's similar to that.
Yeah, that is actually a really interesting analogy. For me, my favorite movie growing up was Pocahontas. And I would go to the park and I would tell other kids my name was Pocahontas. And I would run like Pocahontas. To this day, I still run like Pocahontas. I was obsessed with that movie. I would literally watch it over and over. And then watching it again as an adult was just, I cried because it's such a good movie and has such a good message. And I was like, wow, I'm like glad that was my favorite movie because I feel like it's very spiritual.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So, all right. Anyways, are you guys ready to get started?
I'm ready when you is.
All right. We're going to start off with V. V is in Victor, not B.
I know. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. V is a Cancer. It says, hey guys, started talking to Virgo back in February and everything's been wonderful. Can Virgo be the one?
Back in February. Ooh. That's a little long, isn't it? Are you all like together, or are you just still talking? 6 months. I would hope that you're doing more than just talking after 6 months. Now, Virgo and Cancer, that is a really good energetic combination. If utilized properly, and both of you are utilizing the highest vibrational aspects of your energies, that could be a very good combination. Hopefully you're doing more than just talking, though.
I'm sure they're blinking.
If it hasn't been made official and taken to the next level since February, that's a big red flag. But let's see what kind of soul contract we got here. Virgo cards reversed. 3 shuffles. There's 1, 2, 3. Magician, 7 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. You and this individual coming together is definitely playing a major, major role in altering the course of your path. That's for sure. I'm not really seeing much more on the contract other than that, honestly. I'm really not. If you're in the chat, I'm kind of curious. Are you just talking? It hasn't gone further than talking? I'm kind of curious. Because there is potential here. But there's also potential for this to take a sudden turn into a brick wall. That's why I'm kind of wondering what's going on here. Oh, there is some karma in here too. Okay.
Well, it does say that everything's been really good. So it looks like if they are together, it says
well, that's good.
Started talking in February and everything's been wonderful. So maybe they are together, but they're just saying that's when they first started like getting together.
Okay. Yeah, no, there is potential here. I think there was some karma in here from a past life. And the karma you all have been working through it was pretty messy. I don't know. I'm not a past life medium and I'm not a past life regressionist or a psychic medium, but it is telling me for some reason that the energy you all are working through from the previous lifetime was some pretty messy energy. So things went pretty horribly wrong in that past life. But with the Emperor and the Empress, yeah, there is potential here, major potential. Either way, though, this is going to drastically alter the course of your path, like big time. Let me see, and we got the Ace of Cups there. Let me see what else, what the second spread wants to say. Virgo card came out reversed again. Ten of Swords reversed. Devil reversed again. Well, there is potential, but you all are working through some pretty thick, heavy karmic energy from a previous lifetime. So without really knowing a whole lot more about the situation, I would say there's nothing wrong with continuing to take it a little bit slow, but be careful though, because you all are working through some pretty heavy energy that could just spontaneously combust out of nowhere. Because I keep getting this stuff. Here. So I would say if things are going wonderful, that's good. That means that you're doing this the right way. I would say continue to take it slow. And yes, there is potential to build a life partnership. That's about all I can really say without knowing the rest of what's been going on there. And why this stuff keeps coming up. This stuff of a sudden, abrupt, and unexpected ending, other than the messy karmic energy that you all were dealing with in the previous lifetime. As long as you all completely work through and clear all of that, yes, there is potential here. But if you don't, if that isn't cleared and completed successfully, then it could come out sideways at an unexpected time. But there is potential here, yes.
I'm so nervous with you in that chair. We got these chairs from we bought a little table off of OfferUp or something like that, or Marketplace. I don't remember. And it came with these chairs, and we needed chairs for our dining room table because we couldn't take them with us when we moved back from California. And then So we've been using these like really flimsy, like shitty chairs. And every time he moves around, I hear the wood like cracking on them.
These are cheap
and I'm so
chairs.
Scared. Like one of us is going to sit down and it's going to just like.
Cheap ass chairs.
So I hear it cracking over here. Like, you're going to probably give everyone a little show later. It's going to
I've done it before.
Okay, but what happened to that other chair? Didn't you sit on it and it broke? Or who sat on it and it broke?
I don't know.
These things, they crack when anybody sits on it.
It was loose. I think it was loose. The thing was loose when I sat down on it. And
like the wood is so fragile. It's like someone built this.
Yeah, it's like white pine. Cheap shit. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so next we have B, as in a bumblebee, who is in Aries. I've been talking to a Cancer man for about 3 weeks. What are his true feelings and intentions towards me? He has a Gemini moon and mine is Sagittarius.
Well, nothing is more important than you being able to vibrationally pick up on his feelings and intentions. That's really important. So no matter what comes through, no matter what I tell you, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, if you're still confused about his feelings and intentions, that's a bad sign. That's not good. That means that best case scenario, the two of you are such a vibrational mismatch that you're not even capable of connecting at a deep enough level. So let's see.
I thought Cancers like to talk about their feelings.
Talking to a Cancer. Yeah, usually. I can't imagine being confused about a Cancer's feelings and intentions. I couldn't imagine that. And coming up within the first month, you should be feeling like you have a good idea of what their feelings and intentions are. But we'll see. Ten of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Okay. So I mean, this person wants a relationship, but I don't know when his last relationship ended, but whenever that was, he never healed from it. So it's like he wants a relationship, but he's kind of like surface level, kind of like the superficial type, where he has a lot of shit going on deep down inside that he doesn't let anybody know. So he doesn't even really have the vibrational bandwidth to connect with somebody on a really deep level, So he just kind of throws a cloak of false confidence over a broken heart because he never healed from whenever his last relationship ended. But I mean, so he wants a relationship, but he's scared of commitment at the same time, if that makes sense. It's kind of paradoxical. I'm ready to settle down. I want a life partner, but I'm too afraid to let you get close. And this person probably doesn't even really look like he's at a place to really let you in so that you could get close. So that's kind of slippery. His intentions are to settle down and have a life partner. But like I said, the connection between the two of you is so poor that you're not even able to pick up on that. So even though I think he does have good intentions, if you can't pick up on it, then you're going to have a hard time. Let's see what the second spread says. Six of Swords reversed again. Yeah. Past energy. The only thing I don't know is how long ago that past relationship happened. When I say that you have past energy with you, that doesn't necessarily mean that you love or you miss that person. It can. Loving and missing somebody definitely indicates that you have their energy with you. But that's not the only way. Like, if you get your heart broke and then you just wait a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Eventually, you'll just forget about it, just like your childhood trauma, but it's still with you, you know? So, 2 of Wands. He's indecisive. Very indecisive.
That's probably his Gemini moon.
Probably. Lonely, emotionally codependent.
That's the Cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer sun.
But too afraid to let someone get close and still very tightly energetically tied to a past person. So, I mean, all in all, though, I think he has good intentions. I don't think he's playing games with you. That's not his goal. He doesn't wake up in the morning thinking about how he's going to play games with you. But, you know, you should be able to pick up on what his intentions are. I would say that whatever prompted you to come get this reading, whatever confusion or doubt or fear, if that's not alleviated in the next 2 to 3 weeks, it probably never will be. In 2 to 3 weeks from now, if you're not certain about what his feelings and intentions are, you probably never will be. So I think they're good, though.
Okay, next is for Lena, who's a Taurus. Hi, is this man I connected physically? Oh, sorry. Hi, is this man I connected physically and spiritually 1 month ago my divine life partner? It feels deep/intense. I'm traveling and he has a partner. He is a Scorpio. I am 44 years old and he's 36. I'm in Hawaii and he's in Tahiti.
We'll see. That doesn't really sound like how most divine life partners connect. I mean, everybody has a different story. So yesterday was my 7-year anniversary.
It was?
Yeah.
You didn't even tell me.
I posted it all. Oh yeah, you deleted all your apps, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I posted it yesterday.
Oh, we would have celebrated it. Sorry. Go ahead.
So yesterday was my 7-year anniversary as a tarot reader on YouTube. Throughout my career, I've done almost 6,000 personal readings. You know how many readings I've done involving actual divine life partners? About 4 or 5.
Well, probably a little bit more than that. I would say at least 10. You're probably you're over 5 now.
Somewhere between 5 and 10. It's been 10 or less. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's impossible, but the likelihood that you would need to come to me and ask me something if you're dealing with your divine life partner is slim. It's not impossible. I've seen it a little handful of times, but it's slim. But there's a first time for everything. We can see what kind of soul contract we're dealing with here. There's Knight of Swords. 2 more shuffles. Sun card, 3 of Wands, Hierophant. I don't really feel like there is a soul contract in this lifetime, honestly. I think that this individual is a very near and dear member of your soul family. The two of you have had many lifetimes in past lives where you've played very close, intimate roles in each other's lives, like husband and wife, wife and husband, parent and child, brother and sister, stuff like that. But I don't think that there was a contract for this lifetime. I don't think so. So, no, I don't think that would be divine life partner. I don't think so. You have to very, very specifically vibrationally align with that individual. And if he is currently with somebody else, that would be really, 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 really hard to match the vibration of, because if you're with somebody else, Okay, the person that you're with indicates the vibration that you're on. If you're with somebody else, then and you attract your divine life partner, that means that the person you're with vibrates at the same frequency as your divine life partner. So that doesn't even really make sense. If you're with somebody else and you shift to the frequency where you will attract your divine life partner, there's about a 98% chance that you're going to separate with the person that you're with by way of universal law, because that person's not even on that frequency. If they were, that would be your divine life partner. Does that make sense? So just the laws of energy themselves, that's kind of, I'm trying to think of an exception. So there's exceptions to everything. Nothing is 100%, but I can't really even think of an energetic exception as to how that would work. I guess it could. I'll just have to think about that. Let me see what the second spread says. Yeah, same cards. Judgment reversed. Hermit. Yeah. So, no, I think, and I see this a lot. I see this a whole lot. Very near and dear member of your soul family. So like you and this person had played this game together hundreds and hundreds of times, but you've played every role you can possibly play together. You know, I've been your husband. I've been your wife. I've been your mother. I've been your father. I've been your son. I've been your daughter. I've been your brother. I've been your sister. I've been the police officer. I've been the criminal. I've been this. I've been the boss. I've been your employee. We've done it all. So I'm going to go play the game with some of these people. But you know what would be cool? What if we cross paths and say what's up and see if we remember each other? Wouldn't that be cool? And then you cross paths and it sparks that strong feeling of soul recognition. And if you're not careful, some people try to force a relationship off of that and it creates karma that was never there to begin with. So I wouldn't say divine life partner, but I would say very close member of your soul family. So be careful with that.
Okay. Next is for Shayna, who's a Sagittarius. Is he going to pay me back soon, or do I need an attorney? We are on the cusp of marriage or breakup. Been waiting 4 years, 40K. We love each other, but have not seen each other past 4 years because he's always busy. He has been through a lot of deaths and etc. But I've given him enough time. If we are not coming together soon, then I need to move on with my life, and I need him to pay me. It's a lot of money. 40,000.
Reversed. Magician reversed. Ace of Wands reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. I mean, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to give you legal advice, but I don't see this individual forking up any money anytime soon. And, you know, it's been that long. He's probably not planning on it. If he's gotten away with it for that long, he's probably feeling comfortable being able to slip away with that, you know. Yeah, I mean, if you feel like getting an attorney is the only thing that you could do, and you feel like you have a good case, and you know you have all the documents and whatnot, and whatever, then you know I would do that if I was you. But yeah, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, both reversed. I'm not really seeing anybody forking up any money anytime soon. Let's see what the second spread says.
She said, I think this is who we're reading for. She says, we are texting about meeting on Tuesday to decide what to do about relationship, but he cancels often. I really love him, but willing to walk away.
Well, let me see what the second spread says. Six of Cups reverse.
Rule number 1, never give a man money unless you got a ring on your finger. Facts. Because I did this before too, and I got screwed over. It wasn't 40,000, but it was a couple thousand. And it's not fun.
And I'm the one that paid it back, right?
Yeah. That's true.
Anywho, so yeah, I think he's doing what he can to try to, I don't really know if I want to say weasel his way out of it, but trying to kind of beat around the bush and kind of keep things going, you know. And what I would do, I mean, have you let it be known that, you know, you're going to have to fucking pay me my shit? I would imagine if you're a Saggy, you've probably told him what time it is, right? I would imagine. I couldn't imagine a Saggy not telling you what fucking time it is.
She says that she's known him for 14 years and he was offering marriage. That's probably about like what I said. She said yes. So
Okay.
She's obviously told him that.
Well, yeah, I would really put the hammer down and let him know how serious it is. Because, like I said, I think he's kind of comfortable with the way things have been going. And, you know, I don't even know how to put into words what I'm seeing here.
What if he's like, correct me if I'm wrong. Did he talk about marriage before or after you lent him the money? Because, like, what if he's just, like, trying to say, oh, we can get married as, like, a way for you to kind of, like, forget about the money that you lent him? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't want to say that he's trying to weasel his way out of it, but I do think he is trying to beat around the bush and push it as far and as long as possible and keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off until one day it just gets dropped, you know? And I'm at least not seeing him planning on forking up any money anytime soon. So I would at least let him know how serious it is.
So the question is if she needs to get an attorney, like if he's not going to pay her back.
She said, is he going to pay me back soon?
Or do I need an attorney?
Well, I don't give legal advice, but I see him trying to push it out and procrastinate, push it out and procrastinate, and push it out and procrastinate. So before you go do all that, I would at least lay the law down and let him know how serious that you are, so that hopefully he can have a change of heart and maybe work out some payment plans or something like that.
So she said, I'm curious if it was ever more love or just for money. We are supposed to move in. He might be lying about everything. I kind of get the vibe like that he's just saying that just so he doesn't have to pay you back.
I don't know. That's a whole other question, though.
I know it is.
I don't know. I didn't put that intention into it, so I don't know. But what I did get, though, in regards to money is Ace of Pentacles reverse, 10 of Pentacles reverse, 9 of Swords in both spreads. So, you know, trying to push it out and push it out and push it out and push it out. But, I mean, I would imagine that you got a man that got money out of you and is always too busy for you.
That's
what it sounds like.
No, if you love someone, you're never too busy for them. Like, you find the time. He's just trying to avoid you. And I feel like he's making false promises just to, like, prolong paying you back. And he thinks that he's going to just be able to get away with it if he has you thinking that you guys are going to have a future together. He's really twisted and weird.
You really love somebody, you'll fucking jump over mountains. Like, you know, I would turn $1 million down over you.
Oh, likewise.
I can't think of what the scenario would be. But, okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say I auditioned and got a part in a movie, and there had to be a sex scene.
Ooh,
I'll say no. I'm not doing that. I'm fucking married. Oh, we're gonna pay you $10 million. Oh, no, sorry, I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
Well, what if you had my blessing?
No. No. It's just not right. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. Energetically and morally. You just don't do that. So the point I'm making is that when you love somebody, you'll fucking move mountains. You're never too busy. Nothing ever comes before that when you really genuinely love them.
Look at Bug above your head. He's like halfway up there.
What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy?
He thinks he's just king of the house.
You man of the house, Bug?
He makes millions and he's wealthy and he asks you for money. I bet you he's a liar.
Right.
He's a liar. No, he's a walking red flag. You do what you need to do. I would go talk to somebody about legal advice because see what your options are.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I hope that helps. Next, we're going to read for Natasha, who's a Gemini. Do you see my ex-husband, Bob, 6'3", 65, and I reconciling anywhere in the future? Where is Bob's head and heart now?
If you're in the chat, I'm curious as to how long you've been separated. See what the status of the soul contract is. See if it's complete or what. Okay, so I don't think this was a completed soul contract. I don't think so. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky to read because it wasn't supposed to come to an end to begin with. See, whenever you get a reading from someone, it doesn't matter if it's tarot, astrology, psychic, channeling, most of what's being read is what I like to call the default timeline. That's just a little term that I came up with for the plan, what the plan was. And the best way to see this on paper is through an astrology chart. That, to date, is the best way that we have to put your soul's plan onto a piece of paper. But that's what we're reading, is what the plan was. But the thing about the human game is that when you get in here, you forget the plan and you have free will. So that's the game. That's what makes this game so exciting. So things aren't going as planned. So you weren't even supposed to separate to begin with. So it's really hard to say what's going to happen when this wasn't supposed to happen like this to begin with. You see what I'm saying? I do think this person does have feelings for you, but whatever it was that happened between the two of you did put one hell of a dent in the connection. A major, major dent. So even if the two of you did come back together tomorrow, it would feel really weird. It would feel really weird. There would be one hell of an energetic heap of shit you all have to work through in order to really clear everything and start over and lay a new foundation.
Heap of shit.
Let's see what the second spread says.
Bugalug.
Bugalug.
He loves that little spot.
King of Swords. He's trying to detach himself emotionally. I don't think he's doing a very good job, but that's what he's trying to do. Because for some reason, he just doesn't really have high apple pie in the sky hopes. Eight of Cups reversed again. Death reversed. So it's tricky to say. I'm kind of curious as to how long you all have been separated. Because there is a lot of energy trying to pull the two of you back together. There really is. Because I got this in the first spread too. Death reversed, Eight of Cups reversed. That's reconciliation energy. But we got King of Swords, King of Wands, Ten of Cups reversed, indicating stubbornness, being very stubborn and stuck in his ways, and just has no faith in the idea that this could ever be successful. But at the same time, there is energy trying to pull the two of you back together at the same time. So that's tricky. That's tough. Depending on how long you've been separated, if you've been separated less than 6 months, I would give it about a 50 to 60% chance that a reconciliation attempt will be made. After 6 months, between 6 months and a year, that kind of goes down. I'd give it about a 40 to 50% chance. If it's been longer than a year, I don't know. That goes down. Every 6 months, I think the percentage goes down and it will be attempted. But deep down, he loves you. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's just trying to let his logical mind win the battle because I don't know. But yeah, that's about all I can say without knowing any other details about the situation.
What sign is that? June 3rd.
June 3rd, Gemini.
Oh, yeah. June 3rd. Okay, next we have Anonymous, who's a Gemini. Where? I think that's supposed to be something else. I think that's supposed to be a word. Were my ex-partner's Leo man intentions pure or sinister? I started a musical project. Leo offered lyrical help. I accepted. Now my gut's screaming.
Wait, so this is an ex that came back and is offering help? So let me see if I got this right. This is somebody you used to be in a relationship and then you parted ways. And then you started a musical project and this person offered lyrical help?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, your gut should be screaming. Anytime an ex comes back, your gut should be screaming. We'll see. Hierophant reversed. Empress reversed. King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So, okay. How am I going to word this? How do I word this? Just in case, I think he sees your potential. And he knows your potential.
Well, that's nice.
And just in case you're really, really successful, he wants to make sure that he's a part of it. Right? So, does he really want to? Is his intentions pure? Not really. I think there is hidden ulterior motives in there. What I would do if I was you is I would lay some real strict, strong boundaries and be careful. I don't know what kind of music project is it. Are there going to be any contracts involved or anything like that? Be careful with that kind of stuff. I think he just wants to make sure that if, something successful happens, he is a part of it and gets credit for it.
That Leo energy.
Oh, Leo.
And if he is helping, I don't see a problem with him getting, some cut. I think I've been watching a lot of Judge Judy lately, so let me just tell you, you got to write a contract. Write it up, sign it, point blank, he gets this percent or whatever you guys agree upon. And then, I think, yeah, get it in writing and signatures. And it's actually kind of funny, like when you do call people out on like writing something up and getting something on paper, how a lot of times they'll either kind of like scurry away or they don't want to do it. And that'll tell you right then and there, like what their intentions are too.
We had a situation like that, didn't we?
I watched Judge Judy. I know what's up. And plus now, like, as you get older too, I feel like we were so dumb a lot in the beginning. And I think experiences are important because you learn you got to do that. And it's awkward and it's really uncomfortable, but it's awkward and uncomfortable for a little bit, and then it's done, and then you got your paper.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. So, I mean, all I would say is be careful. Just be careful. I think that it's a very service to self intention. It's all about what I can get out of it. I might be able to get something out of this, you know? Yeah. Just be careful. Keep them at an arm's distance. Don't let them get too close. Don't let them start calling shots, and don't just be careful is all I can say.
Yeah. Or like another thing too, you'd be like, okay, if you help me with the lyrics on this, like I will just pay you out blank, like a certain amount. Or I don't know. Never mind. I'm not even going to get into it because I really don't know all the
write a contract.
Contracts.
Write it up, put it on paper.
And there's like all these websites too where they have contracts like already written for you. You just kind of like fill in the blanks. It's so easy now. I can't not wait to write a contract.
We've learned too many times that contracts.
Yeah.
You want to avoid that shit because it's like, why do I got to do all that? But man, I'm telling you. Oh yeah, you want to make sure you got a contract signed. If it's not in writing, don't fucking do it.
True. Okay, next we have Danielle, who's an Aries. What is going on with my love life? Currently in no contact with Phil for 2 weeks now, together 4 years. He's a runner and I the chaser until I stop.
Well, sounds to me like what's going on is you're learning a very valuable lesson and you're finally doing the damn thing. That's what it sounds like to me.
True.
Somebody's running. Don't chase after they punk ass. We'll see. I'm not sure what you're looking for exactly, but I guess I'll take a look at the energy of the situation. Yep, see? Exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Walking away. I think this, well, I don't know if this is the end all be all tell all of the entire soul contract, but a big, huge part of this experience was to teach you a very valuable lesson about how to put your foot down and stand up for yourself and have them boundaries, you know, because, you know, he's expecting you to still chase after him if you've been doing it for how long now? You've been together 4 years? Because it's been like a runner-chaser thing for the past 4 years. But I think that everything else in the cycle is complete.
She said, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So whenever a cycle continues for 6 months, a year, year and a half, 2 years, somebody is going to become comfortable. The person doing the mistreating is going to become comfortable. You know, like if you're always chasing after me, I'm going to get comfortable with you always chasing after me. It's going to blow my head up. I think, oh, I'm all about goddamn something because you want to be with me so bad. You can't, I can just keep running. You're making me feel good about myself, always chasing after me. Ooh, I feel I must be about something, you know? And then you put a stop to that and they don't know how to react to that. Other than that, I think that everything else in the contract is complete. I think so. And this is teaching you a lesson that I know you hear me say this a lot. I don't just say this to sound cool, but it's going to turn you into a totally different person. You're going to learn something throughout this experience that is going to change the way you handle relationships altogether. And it won't come full circle yet for a little bit. You'll notice it in the coming years. If you pay real close attention to the person that you become, it's going to make changes in the way you handle relationships and situations and stuff like that for the better. And turn you into a different person.
She said he's a Scorpio and has dismissive, avoidant attachment style. And I have a fearful, avoidant attachment style. So there's always been this push and pull situation. He's posting on Facebook today and he never posts, trying to get my attention.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Once you finally quit giving somebody that shit that they're fishing for, they're going to start poking for it. And just knowing that, it wouldn't surprise me if he starts poking harder and poking harder and poking harder. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay quiet. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he does. Some people are bad enough to where they'll just, if their manipulation tactics don't work, they'll just fall into this blinding rage and go psycho.
Yeah.
I don't care if he goes and starts spreading rumors about you to your family. I don't care what he does. Shh. Don't feed him nothing.
She says she's exhausted. Why don't you just block him? Show him you're done. You know what I mean? Do it for you, if anything. If not him, do it for you because you're tired of it. You really are. And this is the last straw. Because if you see his stuff on a weekday, because you're gonna have days where you're weak, or you're gonna feel like you kind of want to fall back into that comfort zone of your guys' relationship. You're gonna have those days, and on those days, it just so happens he makes a post about something, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too easy to fall back in on our hard days, and I think that's why it's important just to block him. If you are done, like you say you are, just block him completely.
Didn't you have a similar experience?
Yeah. That's why I share.
Yeah, she's been there. Is that what you did? You just blocked everywhere?
Yeah.
Change your phone number and shit?
Yeah. Well, that was like a little bit later on, but yeah, block. Even block on Venmo because I'll try to send you money too. You got to block on everything.
And this really will, if you can see yourself all the way through this, 4 years, it's going to take some time to get through this and heal from it. You're going to give yourself at least a year or two. At least a year or two. Just know that the next year or two is going to be a healing path. And if you stay on the path and you don't backslide, you don't waver, you don't turn around and go back, I could see you attracting your divine life partner between now and 2030. Because it's going to turn you into a very different person. And you won't understand it until it starts happening. Actually, you might not even understand it until you look back one day. And you're like, who the hell is that person? For real. So.
You can do it, though. You just have to be done. You have to know that you're done and just stick with it, you know. All right. I hope that helped. Next, we're going to read for B, who's a Pisces. It says, lately I've had friendship fallouts. Lately I've had friendship fallouts. Some needed, others painful. Old unwanted acquaintances returned. What's that word? Whilst? What? Whilst?
It's just
How do you say that?
Whilst.
Whilst.
You goofball. Whilst. It's just a fancy way.
That's so hard to say.
It's just a fancy way of saying while.
I'm going to say while. While lifelong ones faded, what's it mean for me? Okay, so some of what I just read. There's been fallout, some that she didn't really want, and then other ones that had to. And sounds like you're switching frequencies or something. Well,
at the end of the day, you are the only being in existence who gets to assign meaning to your life experiences. You're the only one that gets to do that. And it all comes down to it. When you have an experience in life, the only meaning it will ever have is the meaning you give it. And if you don't give it a meaning, it don't have one. An experience with no meaning is unresolved, unfinished business. Unresolved, unfinished business is what turns into karma. If you carry that with you after you leave this planet, it's karma. So you're the one that gets to decide what it means for you. But I guess I can take a look at your path. Yeah, you're going through a frequency shift. We've all been going through a big collective frequency shift here lately. But soul contracts ending. I mean, it's hard because of all this stuff going on at once. There's not going to be one blanket you can throw over all of it. To try to do that as accurately as possible, shifting frequencies, completing soul contracts, and getting the chance to tie up loose ends and release energy that you hadn't released. More often than not, probably 75% of the time, when a person from your past comes back, it's usually to give you the chance to release the rest of the energy, most of the time. Not all the time, but way more often than not. So, yeah, a little bit of everything there because you're making an energetic shift. And that's one of the parts that I don't think gets covered enough in the spiritual community, is that the changing vibration process has a dark side to it. It does. Or you will separate from friends, potentially family. And depending on how hardcore you go with it, some people shift frequencies so hard that they're no longer a vibrational match to the grid that they're on, and they have to uproot and change locations. Major transformations happen, and there's parts of it that can be very scary, but there's also parts of it that's very rewarding as well. You'll start attracting new people into your life, new situations, new scenarios, new doors start to open. Before you know it, if you're strong enough to stay on the path and not fight that process, soon you're going to be looking around at a life that is beyond anything you ever dreamed of. So yeah, big timeline shift you're going through right now. Big time. And it's probably not done. Probably not. Let's see what the second spread says.
And then also, I feel like a lot of the ones that have fallen out, like the friendships, it just means that your guys' cycle is complete. Like, a lot of people look at losing people as like sad. I mean, it can be sad, but if you look at it from a spiritual perspective, you just have to see it as, oh, well, I guess that our cycle is complete. And just look at it like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep. More often than not, that's usually what it is. Yep. Completed cycles, frequency changes, and some of it, the universe was taking the trash out for you. But you already said that, so you knew that. But when it all comes down to it, you're making a big level up. This next year, between now and next September, is going to be major transformation for you. As long as you stay with it and stay on the path and don't fight the process, because it can be scary. I can't tell you how many people come to me and they'll ask me, what am I doing wrong? What is it that I'm not seeing? And I'll ask them, what makes you think you're doing something wrong? Because all these horrible things keep happening. That doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. You know, that's one of the biggest problems in the spiritual community, is that there's a lot of public figures out there that like to paint it up to be this, ooh, la, 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 light shining down, float on a cloud, ooh, wah, 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 wah. And it's no. This is a dimension of duality, period. You're going, no matter how positive things get, there's going to be something negative to balance it out, period. It's so whenever scary things start happening, that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong, unless the universe is trying to pull you off your path. You know, that's a different story for a different time. But when you're making a timeline shift and you're leveling up, scary things will happen, and that's very normal. And when people start getting pulled away from you, that's a big sign that you're shifting and leveling up. So what was you doing with those cards there?
Oh, they just look exactly the same. they're exactly the same. Just a different thing on the top.
No.
I just thought it was weird.
No. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. All right. Next we have manifestation. And they are in Aries. How likely is it for me? Oh, no, sorry. How likely is it for starting new career by fall or before year end?
We got to take a look at your path and see if your cycle is complete yet. Empress, huh? We got that Tower card there. Well, be careful. Your cycle isn't quite complete yet, not quite. But you are going through a death process. And the death process is a slow process. So this is where you have to be careful when you're in the middle of a death process. If you don't roll with it and you either try to make it move faster than it's wanting to move, or you try to prevent the things from happening that are happening, that's where we get Tower moments. So I don't know. I'd say because we have the Empress as the overall energy and the Karmic wheel reversed, before year end, probably about a 40 to 50% chance. And I just say that because you're still in the middle of the death process and that Empress. So you're not really being uprooted quite yet. There could be some soul contracts that you're working on. I don't know what it is that's incomplete about your cycle. Could be a karmic contract with somebody. I don't know. But
they said, do you see anything negative immediately this year? Any legal complications?
No.
Or
but that's a whole other question.
Yeah, I think that's a different question.
But no, I didn't see the justice or the judgment come out. But I did see the Tower card there and this is the first card in the main spread. Three of Cups reverse, Five of Cups. Yeah, depending on what your situation is, there could be something scary that happens soon. It's possible. It is possible, but your cycle isn't quite complete yet. What I would do, and you may already be doing this, you very well may be, is start slowly taking action towards something else. And you got to be real careful and pay attention to the universe's response, because you don't want to fight too hard. I get it. Whenever we feel that cycle coming to an end, we feel the death process, we're ready to fucking move on. Fuck this cycle. I'm ready to start a new cycle, and you want to start pushing. But if the universe says it's not time yet, you got to be real fucking careful. Because if you push too hard, then the universe will rip the rug on you. So be very, very careful. I would do my knocking on doors analogy. That's just an analogy for every time you take action towards something new, that's a knock on a door. And trust me, when you knock on a door, the universe hears you and the universe knows what you want. That does not go unheard. If you knock on a door and it does not open, that's the universe saying no. You can knock on it a couple more times if you want, but if it don't open, that's the universe saying no. Make your way to the next door. Give it a knock. Maybe another knock. If it doesn't open, move on to the next door. If doors aren't opening right now, don't freak out. Just move to the next door, move to the next door, move to the next door. And after a certain point, it's different for everybody as to when you step back and say, well, okay, I guess universe wants me here right now. I guess. But you just got to be real careful with that. But within the next 1 year, I'd give it about an 80 to 90% chance that 1 year from today, you'll be doing something totally different. So
they said tower abrupt change, good or bad?
What?
The tower abrupt change, good or bad? Is it good or bad?
I mean, tower is sudden, abrupt, and unexpected change. I don't know. It depends on how you perceive it. I mean, it depends on how you perceive it. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. I don't know. There's the 5 of Cups there in the second spread, which indicates disappointment. So you might perceive it as a bad thing, potentially. That's a hard question to answer. That's a perception-based question.
And then they said, if I don't force anything, am I going to be all right?
Long story short, you'll be all right, yes. A year from now, this will all be a fart in the wind. A year from now. There might be some scary stuff that you go through. There might be some pain in the ass situations, but a year from now, you'll be looking back on this. It'll be a fart in the wind. It won't be no big deal.
Fart in the winds. All right. I hope that helped. Next, we have Andrea, who is a Cancer. I ended things with Simon, who's a Capricorn, yesterday. Will he try to reach out, or will he let the situation be?
Now, hopefully, if he's a respectable man, he'll let things be. Because if he comes chasing after you made it clear you don't want to be with him, then that indicates a selfish, service to self fucking person. And usually Capricorns are some of the most persistent fucking people on the planet. I love Capricorns, but that's the only thing that gets on my nerves about them, because they can be fucking persistent. Tell them no, they don't want to take no for an answer. Oh, that pisses me off. Woo, it pisses me off. Let's take a look at the soul contract first and just see if it was time for things to come to an end. Yep. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Yep. Okay. Yep. That was completed successfully. It was time for that to come to an end. And it's a good thing, because I don't know why you ended things, but it's a good thing you did, because this is not somebody you need in your life. Now, with the 2 of Wands down here next to that 7 of Swords and the Knight of Wands, I think that he's probably contemplating keeping you in his back pocket for a rainy day. I think he's thinking about it for the future. I think he's thinking about it. The question, and this is where most of the time you get a man coming and chasing after you, is when he can't find nobody else. 90% of the time when a man comes back, it's because he can't find nobody else. Not always, but most of the time. I guess let's give this person an energy check. Yeah, 5 of Swords. He's thinking about it. I don't think he wants to just leave it be. He's a very, I'm going to get what I want, and I don't care what I have to do to get it type of person. Emperor reversed. And I'd give it, I think probably. It's hard to say, though, because the contract is complete. So now there's no spiritual purpose for the 2 of you being together. That's one thing working against this situation. The second thing is you're the one that ended it. So if he was a decent, respectable person of integrity and respect, he would respect your wishes and let you go. But I just don't really get that vibe from this person. With the 7 of Swords in the first spread, 5 of Swords and Emperor reverse in the second spread. Right now, I'd give it about a 60% chance that you'll hear from him in the next 3 or 4 months. And that kind of starts to dwindle down as time goes on. I would still give it about a 40 to 50% chance you'll hear from him in the next year. But again, it's hard to say because the contract is complete. So I think you more than likely will, though. be careful. Careful with that.
Okay, next is for T, who's a Libra. It says, is there something I'm missing? I just broke up with my boyfriend a couple weeks ago, was working through all my emotions. He hasn't moved out even though.
So what do you mean, is there something you're missing? What's that mean?
They're in the chat, so maybe they can let us know.
What's that mean? Something you're missing. I can look at the soul contract and see if it's completed. Fool reverse, magician reverse, lovers. Huh?
Meaning is something holding him here.
He's holding himself here because this is a completed contract.
He gets his ass up.
It's a completed contract, so
see his way out.
I think he's trying to manipulate his way into staying in the situation, and you got to be real careful with that because when you got a completed contract, the universe is going to keep applying pressure and applying pressure and applying pressure and applying pressure, and if a move isn't made, you got a little window of time before something really, really ugly happens. Really ugly. Blows up. I could see possibly police getting called. I don't know, but
give him a 30-day notice.
Yeah.
Like I would write it up or something or look into that.
And you got to stick to your guns. When you make a decision, you got to put your foot down and keep it there. Mm-hmm. Keep it there. Don't let nobody manipulate you.
Because then it's like he doesn't even take you serious. Like him staying there basically tells you that he doesn't really care what you have to say. Like that's so disrespectful.
Yeah. And there's nothing that irritates me more than a fucking manipulator. That pisses me. That makes me see fucking red.
She said, or they said, I reiterated to him we were done, and I thought he was here because the kids. Oh, so maybe that's what we were trying to see if
he's probably going to use
that. If he's staying there because of the kids.
He's probably going to use that, but no, it's not wise there. I mean, just period. Anyway, why would you want to live in a house with your ex that you're not with anymore? Not only that, but for the kids, that would create a toxic environment for the kids. Like, no. Let's see what the second spread says here.
Sounds like he's just being stubborn.
Being manipulative.
Yeah. That.
So, yeah. I think he's gonna try to weasel a reconciliation out of this and change your mind and wait until you forget about it. And no, you're not missing. I don't know what you mean by I'm missing something, but you want to stick to your guns and make sure you put your foot down and don't let him manipulate you. Don't let him talk you out of it. Because there's a little window of time. I think you'd be lucky if you have the rest of 2025. Or the tension is going to get so hot and build up so far it's going to blow and it could turn really ugly. So
yeah, and you don't want the kids around that either.
Yeah.
We can't be fucking up the kids now, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the last one on our list for part 1. Are we coming back for part 2 today?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you want to do 4 p.m. still?
Yep.
Not 3.
What do you want to do?
Maybe a 3, so we can just kind of like get it done a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Unless you have a reason why you want to still do it.
I just like to make sure I can get as long of a nap as possible.
Well, we could do 4 then. That's fine. All right, we'll come back at 4 p.m. Pacific time for part 2. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys later.
All right.